that what you requested for, you know, the
right.
thing to take us through the cell. Let me just let you carry on.
Okay, so it's some animation that we have to give you an idea of how the voting process will look like on election day. So if you look at it, if it's played now, so that we can put our viewers through the process. Okay? So the first thing you do, you step forward to present yourself to the INEC official. The fellow in green, whether man or woman, I cannot place him right now.
Extremely masculine.
He or she will ask you to place your finger on the card reader. And the third process is you request for your PVC. He will request for your PVC, the official that is, and confirm your name and your details. And then you will apply the indelible ink, the quick to dry one, if we have them. So the presiding officer stamps it, signs and endorses the date at the back of the ballot box, so to show that is authentic. So that you enter into the cubicle. So the cubicle is not exactly brown. You find it white or green. So you have you voted. So you not hold it so proudly like that. So the guy is so excited. So you put it right there in the box. So there you go. And step 7, you have to leave after. You have to leave the voting area. Okay. You are also not. Correct. It's not impossible for you to stay around and wait for the collation and sorting.
The polling box area. Now,
can we take it again?
Yeah,
let's take it again. Yeah. And so the guy is a happy fellow.
Yeah, in taking it again, we need to correct that holding up the card.
Yes.
Because that's not allowed.
Yes. No, if you folded it,
you
can hold it up.
So there we go again. The first step, you will present yourself and go directly to the official. The official will request for your permanent voter cards if you have it. And then you will go place your finger on the card reader to authenticate that you're the owner of the card. Then you will be requested for your PVC to confirm your name across the voter register, because that's a third layer of authentication of your person on the voter register. So you then get the ink on your hand, so on your finger, so you can vote. Then you get the ballot paper. That's the ballot paper there. You take it right to the cubicle, the voting cubicle. It's an secret open ballot system.
Yes.
So the guy is a happy fellow. I don't know where this guy is from. It looks like a party fellow. He's so excited, the guy in green, and then you drop it there. And that's it.
That's it.
So if you choose to stay, fine. If you choose to go home, fine. Before now, what happens, laddie, is that when you get your accreditation done, you then go and queue somewhere else to wait for the voting.
Yes.
But it's been collapsed into just one whole piece. So you get your accreditation done, you get your ballot paper, and you're done with the process.
Okay. So that makes it much simpler.
It's going to be interesting tomorrow.
Of course, this is animation. So in reality, as we know, other elements, for want of a better phrase, then get introduced into the process. Well, it will be very interesting to see how it works in practice tomorrow.
But can you answer this? I mean, you're familiar with that whole situation where you've been there yourself. Now that we have 91 parties, nobody has answered the question of how it will be if each of them has a polling agent at the same time. What that whole situation would look like.
It's a provision of the Electoral Act that you're permitted to have, each party is permitted to have a party agent. I'm not certain that all of them will have the capacity because of what it costs to have party agents across.
Indeed.
We have how many now? We have over 8,800 and something words over. Let me see that figure again.
Sure.
So we have 8,809 words. We have 119,000 polling units. So multiply this by 91.
And you have a nice crowd.
Exactly.
Yeah, that means that each voting center, every party
should be represented.
Was represented. You're talking about 450.
But again, it's not all of the parties that are presenting candidates. Just about 70. Just
73 for president.
73 or so that are presenting.
Yeah, even that is a tiny crowd, is a significant crowd.
But they have a place for them, though, laddie. There's a place on the side that the party agents. I've seen situations where party agents have had to argue with the official Because again, when the election has been, ballot papers are being sorted, the issue of the voided votes. So sometimes, because there is a guideline from INEC on what is voided votes and what is a valid vote.
So if it is more into one box than the other, who is to determine what the voter
I've seen situations where officials will have to say, according to the guidelines, so and so, any print that is above this or below this is a, so you will see the party agents literally arguing and debating. This is against the guideline. It's a very interesting process when you have the party agents monitoring the process.
So I think we need to emphasize the fact that you let it dry, because rolling this kind of thing into a small cylinder like we saw and then folding it with ink that is liquid.
Again, that might also give it more time, and in terms of how long it will take you to
go through the entire process,
finally vote, and then
which means that overall it may take longer. Because if I heard one of you talk about the fact that per polling unit, you may have a maximum of 1,000, but they're not usually, they may not be up to that. But even if we say they're 500, and on the average it takes each voter 3-4 minutes to go through this process.
Showing that question.
Yeah, 3 or 4 minutes.
How long would it take each voter?
You need to time the amount of time one voter would take to continue to finish the 7-step process.
From a lot of these incidents that I've covered, if you're there in front of the official, within the next 5 minutes you should be out.
Okay, so
if the card reader machine is not malfunctioning, because what it then means is that usually just by the side of the polling unit, you see the names, the register. So what you do at the first instance is to get your name across the voter register, because it's usually posted on the wall. So when you look at it, you find what your number is across the, because sometimes in a polling center, you have polling units. You have about 4 or 5 polling units in a polling center. So when you get there, you find your own polling unit in the polling center, and you look at the wall and find the register to look at what number you are on the voter register. It is that understanding and knowledge you take to the official. So then you tell them, I'm number so and so. They look for your name, and they you do your accreditation via the card reader machine. Then it takes your fingerprint across, because on the card reader machine there is a transparent, a glassy area where your finger goes right in front of the card reader.
My next question to you: when there was that whole hue and cry over INEC guidelines, what the APO can do and what the PO can do, for the side, if the card reader cannot read your fingerprint, is an issue. So I don't know what they eventually decided will happen. If your PVC,
there was an argument. Yeah, there was an argument whether there was going to be an incident form or not. There's been that school of thought. There will be incident form. There will not be incident form because of the history. In 2015, there was incident form.
Yeah, but on INEC's portal, they said, they have a section there where you can. On the back, but what's the turnaround time?
Yes. So, so usually when you have your finger right on the card reader and is either accepted, because you will hear it, there's a not too loud sound that the card reader produces to say confirmed or not confirmed or something. I can't remember precisely what the machine says, but there will be a sound to prompt whether or not you have been accepted, your fingerprint is accepted, with a green or red light that comes on the card reader, and it displays your details, and on that card reader, then you get your permanent voter cards, because in the permanent voter card, if you toss that to me, right?
Yeah, sure.
So on this is a chip. So a lot of people think that this is just an ordinary card. Yeah. No, it is not. It is a chip. That's why they will tell you, don't take it too close to your phone in a heated object or whatever. So it carries a chip.
Basically, so you treat it the same way you would treat your ATM
card. So this card goes across your card, the card reader machine. Then you are accredited. Then you go and vote.
Well, Joe, it's been most interesting. There's so much on ifs and all things being equal and so on. But we just hope for the best about this entire process. I'm sure we'll get to hear more of this.
Yeah, Ladi, what I can tell our viewers is that this evening, we will do a lot of education. I have some stuff to do on the magic board there to give our viewers education and education.
We'll look forward to that. In just a second, we'll be going to our Poststream studios.
Yes, that's right. I think the shift has changed on the Poststream studios, but it's hashtag Poststream. Just enjoy.
That's right.